Hello, friends. Welcome to Friday Night with Huhnkie episode 274.1. Happy Saturday evening and happy Friday evening, rather. Okay, yeah. As Midnight Express, welcome. Good evening. My professors, yeah, Majars, education, okay, thank you. Midnight Express, right? Yeah, happy Friday. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Okay, let's do some dancing, okay? Yeah, Midnight Express. Okay, in South Korea, yeah, Mr. Kim Gon-mo and his friends, 핑계, then YouTube, okay? It means excuse, okay? So, yeah, let's do dancing, okay? Yeah. 이렇게 쉽게 떨어지지 말아봐. 아무렇지 비가 않은 내게 어디가면 yeah. Wait, fighters break, okay? Thank you. Yeah, singing and dancing. Nice. Good exercise. Fun, thank you. Woo! Ah, fine. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that was nice and singing and dancing, right? Yeah, Midnight Express. Very nice. Yeah, very healthy exercise. Uh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your compliments. How do we do? Okay, okay. So, okay. So let's do continuing legal education. Okay. A gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska. Okay, running for U.S. Senate. Same first and last name as the incumbent senator. Okay. So the question is it legal or illegal? Is there something? Did something do illegal? I read in the news. It's in the grand jury proceeding, federal court. Okay, so I looked up. Okay, because I'm a lawyer. Okay, so I mean I dealt with criminal law maybe a couple of times in my past 8 years, but mostly civil law. Okay, but the thing is this: laws are laws. Okay, civil law, criminal law, like they're pretty much same. Okay, there's not that much difference. Okay. So whenever I get a new job as a lawyer, okay, it does not take me too much time to catch up with that area of law that's kind of brand new to me, okay? Maybe a couple of days. Then I catch up. But because laws are laws, they're similar to each other, okay? So there was this Wall Street Journal article, okay, like oh yeah, some violate so this Mr. Candidate from Petersburg in Alaska. Again, I'm not gonna name names, okay? I do not want to. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, this gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, okay. So in Wall Street Journal opinion article, okay, several months ago. Oh, he's trying to deceive Alaskan voters. And that's in violation of federal law, civil rights law. So okay. And I looked them up, they're lawyers. Okay. So actually two of them, okay, two lawyers wrote opinion article in Wall Street Journal. When? I don't know, it's about 2 months ago, I guess. So they are lawyers. I looked them up, okay. But they're not in Alaska. Okay, they're lawyers in America, some other states. Okay, okay. So two lawyers wrote an article together and published in Wall Street Journal about 2 months ago. Okay, saying, yeah, this gentleman from Petersburg, whose name, first and last name, not middle name, first and last name is same as the incumbent senator who's running for re-election in Alaska for U.S. Senate. Okay, so they're saying, yeah, oh, this gentleman from Petersburg violated some federal law. So I looked them up. Okay, yeah, okay, what law? Federal criminal law. I was like, really? Running for an office is illegal? So I was like, what kind of law are you talking about? Okay. I never met them. Okay. I never met that gentleman from Petersburg or two lawyers who together published an article in Wall Street Journal. I never met them in person. Okay. I never met them, period. No email, no nothing. Okay. I just read about them in the news. Okay. So we'll take 5 minutes break. We'll rest. Okay. So let's see if their legal theory have some merit. Let's examine that. Okay. So continuing legal education. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Thank you. This is quite interesting. Well, yeah. Yeah. So we'll spend some time with it. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes. Okay. Let me go to internet. Okay. Look. I have good memory and I'm good with numbers. Okay. I think it was Title 18, United States Code. So 18 USC, Section 242 and 243. Okay. I looked up in the internet earlier today. Okay. So yeah. So we'll do some Google search. Okay. Yeah. 18 USC. I think it's 242 and 243. Okay. Yeah, we go to Cornell University's law school website. Okay, so they do very good stuff there. Okay, so okay, 18 USC Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. Let me read it for you. Okay, whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or to uh, different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such person being an alien or by reason of his color or race than are prescribed for the punishment of citizens shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosives, or fire, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or attempted kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years or for life or both, and may be sentenced to death. Okay. All right. It's heavy, right? Uh, it's federal criminal law statute. Okay, so now let's examine this gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, running for U.S. Senate, violated this law. So, color of law, what does it mean? It's a legalist, okay? Uh, color of law, what it means in like in jurisprudence, like lawyers, judges, okay? It means appearance of law, okay? It's like pretension. Yeah, I'm doing something legal, color of law, okay? Pretense. Like I'm not doing anything illegal. Hey, I'm United States citizen and I'm older than constitutional minimum age to run for U.S. Senate. Okay, I'm U.S. citizen and I am a legal citizen of America and I'm running for U.S. Senate. I want to become a senator. So I'm not doing anything illegal, but according to those two lawyers who submitted academic article to Wall Street Journal, okay, it's their theory, okay, not my theory, it's their theory, okay. Yeah, so yeah, but I'm running for U.S. Senate, but my intention is this. I want to help out Democratic Party's candidate. My name happened to be the same as Republican Party candidate, but I'm Democrat. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to run for U.S. Senate, and I will confuse Alaskan voters, and I still vote from Republican Party candidate who has same name as mine, to help out Democratic Party candidate. So their theory is this, okay, under the color of law. Yeah, so he's not doing anything illegal, but he's pretending that he's legitimate candidate under the color of law, appearance of being legitimate and legal. But his intention, yeah, to confuse Alaskan voters, violating their civil rights. So is their theory. What do you think? Do you think that theory have some merit in a court of law? We'll take 5 minutes break and we'll talk about it, okay? It's an interesting theory. It is, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. I two lawyers, somewhere in America, but they're not from Alaska, okay? Yeah. I checked them out, okay? Okay, interesting theory. Okay, 5 minutes, okay? Okay, so let's get back to the statute in the internet, okay? Because there's this another flying insect there. It's this crane fly, okay? So let me get it. They're harmless, but they're distracting, okay? So it's flew away, huh? Come here. Uh, oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, yeah, I got it. Okay, so let me flush it out. Okay, so in my toilet. But I have to concentrate. Okay, I cannot be distracted. Okay, so well, let's go back to those statute. Okay. So whoever under color of any law will subject any person to the deprivation of any rights. Shall we find under this title? Okay. Uh, so actually, I read some internet articles about this issue. Okay, so there's some law school professors, well, also lawyers, who wrote about this. Yeah, I read about three of them. Okay, they're like law school professors. Okay, because it's interesting case, right? Yeah. So again, they're not in Alaska either. Okay, there's so many in America. Law school professors, well, themselves lawyers. Okay, so I read three of them, three law school professors' articles in the internet about this issue. Okay, and it was helpful. Okay, yeah, some academic analysis. Okay, so and there have been some cases in Florida, and they were prosecuted. Okay, so there's some Florida state level legislators, lawmakers, politicians in Florida several years ago. Okay, they funded this candidate with the same name, so that this kind of fictitious, like fake candidate, to steal some votes with another competing political parties candidate to steal votes. Okay, and the use of conspiracy. Okay, and they were prosecuted in Florida. I read about it. Okay, so there's some precedents. Okay, Florida State has law. Okay, so okay, okay. So maybe it's a colorable argument. Okay, maybe there's some merit there in that legal theory. Okay, but because there was Florida state case, not federal case, okay? And yeah, they were found guilty in Florida state court maybe 5 years ago, okay? Yeah, I did read about it, okay? All right. But there was not federal case. It's like state election in Florida, okay? So Florida have different laws from federal law or Alaska law. Every state have different laws. They're similar, but there's some subtle differences between states in America, okay? Okay. Maybe there exists some Florida state level statutes expressly forbid fake candidates. Okay? Okay. But in federal case, like US Senate election, okay, from what I've read, like there's some other statutes, okay. My opinion is this, okay. So Mr. Gentleman in Petersburg running for US Senate, okay. I do not think he violated any federal criminal statutes, whether it's misdemeanor, like less than 1 year, or felony, more than 1 year in prison, okay. Uh, as I read those statutes, there are two or three civil rights violation, okay. So interference with exercise with of civil rights, okay. In Alaska state, we have some of those statutes as well, okay. In federal statutes, yeah, there are a couple, okay, two or three relevant to this case, okay. But as I read those statutes, okay, yeah, the Mr. Gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, I do not think he violated any federal law. Does not seem so. Okay. Fine respect for correct, okay? Yeah, we'll see what happens, like grand jurors or federal courts. We'll see what happens, okay? Okay, so I'm not involved in this lawsuit, okay? I'm not. I'm just a third party observer, okay? It's because it's such an interesting case, okay? So I've read three law school professors in different states, not in Alaska because Alaska doesn't have any law school, okay? So they wrote articles about it, okay? Because it's a very interesting case and it's still going on. The grand jury was convened, okay, in Alaska. And they're conducting a grand jury investigation about this case, okay? So it's still going on, okay? It's fresh, okay? I'm like fascinated, okay? Like many law school professors, I'm not a law school professor, okay? But as a lawyer, I find this case very fascinating, okay? It's an interesting case. So, the Mr. Gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, okay, he can make counterclaim using that exact same statute, okay? Okay, you, the White House or Department of Justice, you're under the color of law. You are violating my right now, my civil right to run for U.S. Senate. That's what I would argue if I were his attorney. But I'm not. But that was my argument, okay? In my opinion, I'm a very good lawyer, okay? Because I'm just a smart guy, okay? And I happen to be a lawyer, okay? So when I was a computer programmer, in my opinion, I think I was a very good computer programmer because I'm a smart guy, okay? So as a computer programmer or lawyer or mathematician, yeah, in my opinion, yeah, I do it very well when I do it, okay? So I do not represent that gentleman from Petersburg. I never met him, okay? So I'm not his lawyer. But if I were hypothetically his lawyer, I would make counterclaim using exact same statute. Okay, U.S. government, like White House, Department of Justice, okay, under the color of law, pretense, appearance, you're saying you're doing something legal, your governmental authority. Now you are suing me. You call me a liar. that my that I did something illegal. That I committed a crime. Are you accusing me of committing a federal crime? You are violating my civil right. I have right to run for U.S. Senate. That's how I argued. If I were his lawyer, okay. But I'm not his lawyer, okay. So I'm not giving any legal advices here because that's against professional ethics code, okay? Because it become like attorney-client relationship with some obligation and responsibility. Again, I'm not giving any legal advices here, okay? What I'm doing here is this: continuing legal education, legal analysis, legal research, okay? I'm just making use of this example, that's all. I'm respect for Forest, okay? Thank you. Continue high school, huh? Yeah. Isn't it fun? It's nice. Midnight Express, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so let's for now stick with the statute, okay? So under color of law, you cannot deprive other people's civil rights. Okay, so hypothetically, let's assume, arguendo, for the sake of argument, okay? Let's say this gentleman from Petersburg, let's assume that that was his intention to deceive Alaskan voters so that the Republican Party candidate with same first and last name but different middle name to confuse the Alaskan voters to steal his votes so that Democratic Party candidate would get more votes and get elected to be U.S. Senator this year. Okay, let's assume that that's his intention. Okay, now did he deprive Alaskan voters voting rights by doing so, by deceiving them? Yeah, same first and last name, but different middle name. Okay, so did he deceive Alaskan voters of their deprived Alaskan voters of their civil rights of like voting for a candidate that they want to vote for? It's ambiguous, right? It's like kind of gray zone. It is. It's a challenging case. It's not an easy case. Okay, that's why it's quite academically interesting. Okay, it's a gray zone. It's not like black and white. Okay, so it's gray area. It's a difficult case. And let's assume Alaskan voters hypothetically got confused because this gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, okay? So let's assume that some Alaskan voters voted for him instead of the Republican Party candidate, okay? Because they were confused about the names. Maybe they didn't quite remember the difference of these middle names. Maybe they don't remember. Yeah, Republican Party candidate, what's his middle name? How about this Petersburg candidate? What is his middle name initial? Yeah, I'm confused. So, but I want to vote for Republican Party candidate, but oops, by mistake, because same first name, last name, and I do not remember the middle name initial of these two candidates. So, yeah, I voted for this Petersburg gentleman instead. Oops, my mistake. Well, I wanted to vote for Republican Party candidate. Some scenario, hypothetical scenario, okay? So, does it rise to the level of stealing somebody's civil rights to vote for someone that this voter wanted to vote? This deception, hypothetically, okay? Uh, it can go either way, okay? If I were defense attorney of the gentleman from Petersburg, my argument would go like this, okay? I play prosecutor's role too. This can go either way, okay? I'm neutral. I'm not involved in this case, okay? So if I were a defense attorney for this gentleman from Petersburg, Alaska, okay, my argument would be like this. affirmative defense. What does it mean? Yeah, well, I admit, yeah, there's deception there, intentional deception, okay? Affirmative defense, okay? I admit he intentionally wanted to confuse the voters. I admit. But it still did not violate that federal statute. It's called alternative affirmative defense. And you're allowed to do that stuff. You can present multiple legal theories, like on the alternative, okay? I'm not saying he did that, but even if we assume that he did intend to deceive Alaskan voters, on the alternative, he still did not violate this federal statute. It's called affirmative defense, okay? So this criminal complaint, like information, right? And criminal defense attorneys, we do answer. Okay, in the answer to that complaint, we can present multiple legal theories, like just plain violent defense. No, he did not do it. But on the alternative, let's assume that he did intend to deceive voters. Okay, but even so, yeah, it's still he still did not violate any federal law. Yeah, you're allowed to do that stuff as a defense attorney. Okay, yeah, fine, is very vocalized. Okay, now time check. We're having fun, huh? It's been less than 1 hour, so 5 minutes break, okay? Uh, has has it been less than 1 hour? It's been less than 1 hour, okay? So 5 minutes break for correct, okay? Thank you. All right. Okay, so let me drink a little, okay? I've been drinking just the cranberry juice, okay, zero sugar. Welcome. Good evening. Yeah, my professor leaders, martial arts, education, cultivation. Thank you. Let me do my hair too, okay? We are talking about continuing legal education, okay? Election law, okay? So, sure. And some related federal statutes as well, okay? So, continuing legal education, okay? So, okay, let's continue. It's fun. Hmm? So, yeah, welcome. Oh, yeah, my gosh, yeah, we did earlier. Well, earlier, like maybe yesterday, okay? But earlier today, we did some dancing instead, okay? So, dancing is great exercise as well, okay? Yeah. Welcome. Good evening. Okay, now back to this case. Okay, let's say his name is Mr. John Doe. okay, from Petersburg, Alaska, okay. And Republican candidate, let's say his name is also John Doe, okay. And hypothetically, this crane fly again. Let me get this. Where did it go? They are attracted to lights, okay. It ran away, okay. So yeah, let's continue, okay. So hypothetically, okay, affirmative defense. Let's assume that this Mr. John Doe from Petersburg, Alaska, running for U.S. Senate, and Republican Party candidate, same name, Mr. John Doe, okay. And let's assume that his intention is to deceive Alaskan voters so that he can steal some votes, so that Democratic Party candidate would get elected as U.S. Senator this year, okay? Let's assume that. And hypothetically, let's assume that I'm his attorney, defense attorney, okay? For Mr. Petersburg, Mr. John Doe, okay? My affirmative defense will go like this, okay? Okay, so Mr. Prosecutor, Ms. Prosecutor from White House, Department of Justice, okay? From Washington, D.C. Hey, welcome to Alaska. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a good time in Alaska, okay? So, from Washington, D.C. Yeah, welcome to Alaska. Nice to meet you. I hope you enjoy Alaska, okay? Outside the courtroom, okay? Yeah, please. But Mr. Prosecutor from Washington, D.C., from White House, okay? You're accusing my client of deception, lying, in order to steal votes. What did he lie about? Please tell me. His name is Mr. Jando, and he's running for your Senate. Mr. Jando, my client from Petersburg, Alaska, okay, he did not pretend to have some different name. That's his real legal name, Mr. Jando. His middle name, let's say Adam, Mr. John Adam Doe. That's his legal name, and it's on the ballot. And your favored Republican Party candidate, let's say his middle name is Brian. So John Brian Doe. That's your favorite Republican Party candidate running for U.S. Senate, okay? And in the ballot, voters can see the difference between A and B. Yeah, they can be confused, I know. But there's no lying here, no deception. Mr. John Adam Doe, my client, he did not lie about his legal name. Where's the lie? Where's the deception? Okay? That'll be my first argument. I have more arguments. Look, I've been a lawyer for 8 years, okay? I know how to do this stuff, okay? Yeah, so 5 minutes break for class, okay? Thank you. Time check now. It's been less than 1 hour, okay? So, well, let's ventilate the air anyway. Ventilate the room with fresh air and oxygen, okay? Yeah, promise. Yeah, welcome back. We are back. We're doing acting, creative writing as well. It's quite theatrical. Yeah, the courtroom drama, right? Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of TV shows, movies about it. Okay. Yeah, it's like acting. Okay. Yeah, it is. Now, action. Okay, Miss or Mr. Prosecutor from Washington, D.C., from White House. Okay. Now you are accusing my clients of depriving the civil rights of Alaskan voters. But again, deception part, lying part, I just told you there's no lie. Okay, his name is John Adam Doe. Okay, it's in the ballot. Okay, so, but now you are accusing my clients of depriving Alaskan voters civil rights to vote for their favored candidate, Mr. John Bryan Doe. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. So my client, Mr. John Adam Doe, he did not stop any Alaskan voters from going to voting station. That was like less than 1 week ago, actually. Today's Friday, right? That was last Tuesday, I think. Okay, I did not vote, but it was like very fresh case. Okay, so it was like primary in Alaska. Okay, so it was like 3 days ago. Okay, it's a very fresh case. Okay, so okay. So now action again. Okay, so Ms. or Mr. Prosecutor, federal, from Washington D.C. White House. Okay, you're accusing my client, Mr. John Adam Doe, of depriving civil rights of Alaskan voters the right to vote for their favored candidate, Republican Party candidate, Mr. John Bryan Doe. But my client did not stop any Alaskan voters from going to voting station. He did not stop them or prevent them from exercising their civil rights to vote. He did not. So no Alaskan voters was prevented or deterred from going to voting station on the election day by my client, Mr. John Adam Doe. So he did not deprive any Alaskan voters' right to go to voting station and vote for their favorite candidates. So where's deprivation of civil rights? Maybe some voters were confused with the names. Maybe they didn't remember A and B, the middle name initial. But it's their responsibility to learn about candidates. If they really wanted to vote for Republican Party candidate, Mr. John Bryan, though, well, then they should have memorized his middle name initial, B instead of A. It is their responsibility. There's no deprivation of civil rights here. Mr. Prosecutor from Washington, D.C. White House. I understand you're concerned about the integrity of election. You do not want any deception, lies. Then you will need to convince legislators, lawmakers to write a new law to prohibit that kind of deception. But as it stands now, there's no such law in existence. So, Ms. Prosecutor from Washington, D.C., if you want to prevent that kind of deception in federal election, you need to talk to legislators, like senators, Congress people, to write their law. But such law in federal level does not exist yet. So my client, even if he tried to deceive Alaskan voters, he did not violate any federal law. Such law does not exist yet in federal level. Maybe in some states like Florida, okay, but not on federal level, not yet. Okay, so that's why you cannot prosecute him because he did not violate any federal. Okay. Well, sin called okay. Fine is book arrest. Okay, so yeah, back to human school, human issue. Okay, continue legal education. All right. That's interesting, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. Fine is right. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so let's now take the side of prosecutors from Washington D.C. Okay, White House.
Sure, sure. We can do that.
There's another related statute. Okay, maybe it's like 18 USC 243, 241, somewhere around there. Okay. Yeah. they're allowed to in like criminal complaint, like information, okay, as it's called, or like propose indictment to grand jurors, okay. So they can come up with multiple charges, multiple legal theories. They're allowed to do that stuff, okay. Now let me get some new skill, okay. So, and they may argue that, oh yeah, this Mr. John Adam Doe from Petersburg, Alaska, he conspired with the Democratic Party's candidate. He got some money from them, okay, and it's conspiracy. Was conspiracy in criminal law? Crime involving multiple people, conspiracy, okay. Multiple people come together and conspire to commit a crime. That's what conspiracy is in criminal law. Okay. Look, I went to law school. I know. Okay. Okay. So this Mr. John Adam Doe from Petersburg, Alaska, he received some money from the Democratic Party candidate. Okay, their campaign fund. This conspiracy. Eh? To deceive Alaskan voters to steal votes from the Republican Party candidate, Mr. John Bryan Doe. Okay, it's conspiracy. Okay, okay. And again, I'm playing the defense attorney for Mr. John Adam Doe from Petersburg. Okay, okay. I don't know him. Okay, I never met him. Okay, look, I'm not into politics, but I'm a lawyer, so it's an interesting case. Okay, that's why we are doing this. Okay, legal analysis. Okay, that's all right, for fun, for intellectual entertainment. Okay, that's all. So my response as a hypothetical defense attorney for Mr. John Adamdo from Petersburg, Alaska, okay, would be okay. Okay, conspiracy, some money transaction between two candidates in Alaska. That's not illegal. Why? It's called campaign donation. Between two candidates. Yes, money transaction. That's not illegal. It's called campaign donation, okay? That is not illegal. It's called campaign donation, okay? Can two different political candidates donate to each other's candidacy, donate some money to another candidate? Yeah. When I ran for US Senate about 5 years ago, yeah, I did donate to other candidates, kind of like-minded individuals, okay? Because we kind of agree on many issues, okay? So I wanted to help out their candidate, take candidacy, okay? Yeah, that's not illegal at all. It's politics. We are running for offices, okay? Yeah, so candidates, yeah, sometimes they donate to each other's campaigns. I have. There's nothing illegal there. We are allowed to donate money to other candidate. That is not illegal at all. No, it's not. It's called campaign donation, okay? Conspiracy? Look, in any country, any states in America, okay, yeah, sometimes politicians, political candidates before election, sometimes they team up. That's not illegal. It's politics. Conspiracy in criminal law is defined as two or more people coming together to commit something illegal, a crime, okay? But let's say two political candidates come together and donate to each other's campaign, say money transaction, campaign donation, okay, in order to defeat another candidate. That is not a crime. That's not illegal. There's no illegality there. It's not a conspiracy. No, it's called politics. Collaboration between two different candidates to go against another candidate. They do that all the time. Yeah, they're coming together, two or more people, to go against another candidate, putting some money transaction, okay, to defeat this another political candidate. That is not illegal. No, that's politics. Collaboration. Money transaction, yes, but it's not illegal. It's politics. They do that all the time. Okay. 5 minutes break for correct. Okay, now time check, but we have more than 30 minutes left. Okay, so yeah, 5 minutes break for correct. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, continuing legal education. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Okay, let's have some more fun, okay? Oh, let me redo my hairdo, okay? Yeah. We're having a lot of fun. Yeah, it's the election season, okay? Yeah, so let's have some like it's party time, okay? So although I'm not into politics anymore, okay? Maybe in the future, maybe, okay, but not now, okay? So, but just reading the news, okay? Now let's do some acting, okay? Oh, dark money under the table, like dirty money. Shh. Right, yeah, money transaction is suspicious. Dirty dark money, like that's illegal, it's conspiracy, like uh, okay. But the thing is this, okay, in election law, okay, you need to disclose it, okay. After the money amount is maybe more than $5 or $10, $50. It's been a while, okay. Maybe I do not have photographic memory, okay. So, but I did study election law, okay. When I ran for U.S. Senate 5 years ago, okay. Yes, there's a money limit, okay. If it's more than maybe $10, $50, yeah, you need to disclose a name and address of political contributor, donor, okay. Who gave you money? You need to disclose it. If it's more than certain amount, okay. If it's like $1, $2, yeah, then you don't have to report it, okay. But if it's more than like maybe $20, yeah, then you need to disclose who gave you this money. It's election law, okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, okay. But that's why I did not take any money from people when I ran for U.S. Senate 5 years ago in Alaska, okay. I too much filing, okay. So it's zero penny campaign. So I did not take any donation. Okay, yeah. Okay. Because I did not want to disclose people who gave money to me. It's their privacy, their name, what employers, their employment, what company they work for. Oh, their home address. I do not disclose the identities of my supporters. So that's why I did not take any money from anyone. Okay. This is like invasion of privacy. But as it stands now, well, about I do not know about now, but 5 years ago, that was election law, okay. And I didn't want that, and I didn't think it's a good idea to have that kind of law, okay. In the future, we may change, okay. But about 8 years ago, yeah, I went to continuing legal education class, okay. Let me get that proof right here. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay, so let me flush it. So, it was time in San Diego, California. Okay, maybe what year was that? Maybe 2018, about 8 years ago. Okay, yeah, continuing legal education, CLE, in San Diego, California. Okay, I took 1 week vacation. Okay, it was about election law. Okay, hosted by Federal Election Commission. Uh, from Washington DC. Okay, they're great people. I met them. Okay, great professionals, federal governmental employees. Okay, very well educated and very good looking. Okay, yeah, I guess they do exercise diet. Okay, in Washington DC. Yeah, great people. Okay, yeah, Nice. Yeah. There is one, okay? Yeah. Was nice, yeah. Yeah, some story time, okay? So it was 2018, somewhere around there, okay? Yeah, continuing legal education, theory class in San Diego, California, okay? Oh, I love San Diego, California, okay? Been there many times, okay? It's nice. Imperial Beach, Sandy Beach, ocean. I did swim there, okay? Yeah, maybe for 5 minutes. Something like that, okay? Oh, it's nice, okay? So, Federal Election Commission employees, also commissioner, okay? Yeah, I do not remember names, but I remember their genders, okay? But I cannot disclose any information, okay? It's their identity privacy, okay? So, yeah, the Federal Election Commission, the commissioner, the head of that department, okay? She or he was there too, okay? Great people, and their employees as well, okay? Yeah, it was nice. They educated us about election law. How many people were there? About 200 people. I was the only one from Alaska, and I was the only one running for an office. Back then, okay, 2018, right? Yeah, I ran for Alaska State Senate in Match Valley. That's 8 years ago, okay? And I tell you that story after 5 minutes break. Continuing story, okay? Story time, Midnight Express, okay? So welcome to Human Show, Human School, okay? It's nice, right? Yeah, very nice. Yeah, 5 minutes, thank you. Bukora. Okay, so San Diego, California, about around 2018, about 8 years ago. Okay, yeah, the continuing legal education class. It's a half of it course, okay, like 3, 4 days, okay, 12 credits. Okay, so yeah, so I took 1 week vacation and then I attended. Okay, yeah, with PFD money, permanent fund dividend. Okay, every Alaskan resident we get like $1,000. Okay, but back then that was enough. Okay, so round trip, rental car, $1,000 cover for it. Okay, so it's a good deal. Okay, so yeah, let's go to San Diego, California. Continuing legal education about election law. Let's do it. Yeah. 1 week vacation. Okay, half a week class, but about 3 days. Okay, okay. I was the only one from Alaska, okay, and I was the only one running for an office back then. Yeah, Alaska State Senate, okay, in 2018. Yeah, about 200, 2 to 300 people there. Okay, some of them are lawyers, some of them are law school professors. Okay, and nobody was from Alaska. I was the only one. Nobody else was. Okay, and nobody was political candidate. Some of them staff members of some political candidates. Okay, some others lobbyists, like labor union. Okay, or some other lobbyists. Some others professors from different departments, like statistics, like polling, election polling. Okay, yeah, statistics. Okay, so I met them. Okay, yeah, very well educated people. Okay, and they were very well dressed and they do diet exercise. Very well educated. Okay, yeah, it was impressive. Mhm. It was nice. So doing some class, I raised my hand. Okay, so I talked about this disclosure requirement of campaign donors. Like if a donor, people who give me money as a me political candidate back then, 2018, running for Alaska State Senate. Okay, but yeah, state law, federal law is similar. Okay, so yeah, there's some federal law requirement. Yeah, if the donor give you money more than let's say $20, then I, as a political candidate, have to disclose this donor's name, home address, and this donor's employer, company that this donor work for. Okay, and I made this argument during the class. There's like chilling effect. People get too scared to donate their money to political candidate because they do not want their home address to be published in the internet, who they work for, their full name. Chilling effect, okay? They'll be scared to donate to us, political candidates, okay? So I think it's a bad law. So they need to abolish that. I did voice my objection during the class. True story. I think it's a very bad law. They need to be changed, abolished. Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day, okay? That was 8 years ago. But I have a good memory, okay? Yeah. So that's how we went down in San Diego, California. Okay, 8 years ago. Okay, so but it was nice. Okay, and after that class, it's party time, right? Yeah. So yeah, I tell you that story after 5 minutes break. Okay, for rest. Okay, yeah, it was nice. Very collegial, very cordial, friendly. Okay, it was nice. Time check now. 30 minutes left. We take 5 minutes break. Okay, thank you. Yeah, welcome to Human High School. Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's get back to San Diego, California. Okay, 2018. Okay. Well, I got a motel room. Okay, it's part of the package. Okay, it's $1,000 round ticket from Alaska to San Diego, California, and then car rental and hotel. Okay, $1,000 back in 2019. It's a great deal. Okay, so but I did commute 20 minutes for 3 to 4 days because the continuing legal education class about election law, it was downtown San Diego. Okay, it's like next to ocean, beautiful view. It's a more expensive hotel, conference room. Okay, I could not afford that. Okay, so I commuted. Okay, so okay, yeah. So during those lecture series by Federal Election Commission, federal employees, and so commissioner herself or himself too. Okay, so it was nice classes. Okay, yeah, I raised my hand for some objection of federal election law as it stands back then. Okay, this law is not a good law. It needs to be changed. Okay, I voiced my objection. Okay, but after those classes, yeah, we had lunch together. It was good food. Yeah, a very nice hotel, kind of like San Diego downtown, looking out this wonderful ocean, very horizontal, right? In Alaska, we have ocean, okay, yeah, western coast, okay, very horizontal, beautiful, okay, so yeah. But in Southern California, San Diego, right? They have sandy beach, okay, so it was good, okay, so I did go there, okay, I swim, swam in that wonderful ocean. Okay, in Alaska, we have beach. It's oddly gravelly. Okay, it's not like California. Okay, and the water is very cold, so not many people swim in Alaska in the ocean. Okay, because it's quite cold. It's the northern western coast, Alaska. Okay. Yeah. But Southern California, it was great. Okay, we have lunch together, and I was curious about these wonderful federal employees from Washington D.C. Yeah, Federal Reserve Commission. Okay, and I joined their table. I think I may have been in that there are multiple tables during lunchtime. Okay, I may have been the only person not from Washington D.C. on the table, lunch table. Okay, in that downtown San Diego hotel. Everyone else, they're from Washington D.C. There could have been one or two more people not from Washington D.C. Okay, yeah, but maybe, but I could have been the only one not from Washington D.C. Or there could have been one or two from other states. Okay, but like okay, that round table about 10 people, maybe less, maybe, but it was a big table. Okay, lunchtime. Okay, in that nice hotel downtown San Diego. Okay, about 10 or less people on that round table. Okay, I was there. The rest of them, mostly, yeah, the employees of Federal Election Commission from Washington D.C. One of them, yeah, the commissioner. It's a great honor to join the table. Okay, and they let me. Good people, very kind and generous. Okay, open-minded. Okay, good people. Yeah, and they're very good looking too. Okay, yeah, very professional. Mhm. Was I curious about them? Okay. Oh, the federal employees from Washington D.C. Federal Election Commission. Okay. I was like, may I join you during the lunch? May I sit next to you? They say yes. Please. Thank you. So we have very nice lunch together. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah. Great people. Yeah. Very professional. Okay. Now time check. What? 10 minutes left. Story time. Huh? Yeah. Midnight Express. Yeah. Welcome to Human School. Human School. Okay. 5 minutes. Vocal rest. Thank you. Nice. Right? Yeah. Okay, so some San Diego, Los Angeles, California stories like 8 years ago, 2018. Okay, I tell you, okay, it was nice. Okay, so yeah. So I mean, it's California, right? It's not like Alaska. Okay, they've eaten out hamburger restaurant. Okay, it's always the very first place I visit when I go to California. Okay, in and out hamburger restaurant, double with raw onion. Okay, it's best best hamburger ever. Okay, it's like there's nothing like it. Okay, I do not know what they put in there. It's just so good. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, try it there. Okay, double with raw onions. Okay, oh, it's so good. Okay, great hamburger, the best. There's nothing like it. Okay, oh, magical, paradisical, like heaven on earth. Oh, so good. Yeah. Mhm. And so in my spare time, okay, after I punch out, clock out of the continuing legal education of election law, which was really good, okay? Yeah, I just, went to Walmart in San Diego, California, okay? And as I check out counter, okay, there's some sandwich maybe to eat in my hotel room, okay? So, yeah, I interact with locals, the great professional employees in checkout counter in Walmart in San Diego, California, okay? I asked them, hey, I'm from Alaska. So do you have any recommendation of some nice local restaurants? And they said yes. Yeah. There's this hamburger place. It was not McDonald's, Burger King, In and Out. No, it was strictly local, San Diego, California. Just not franchisee, just one restaurant, old school. Okay. Oh, hey, thank you for the recommendation. I'll check it out. Yeah. And I did go there. There was a long line. But I did wait. And it was good. Okay. Hamburger and French fries. Okay. It was good. Okay. Yeah. So it's worthwhile to wait. How many minutes did I wait? Maybe 10 minutes. But there was waiting line. Okay. Because I was tourist to San Diego, California. Because I'm from Alaska. Okay. So there's some other tourists maybe heard about this place. Not franchisee, but like really local, old school hamburger, French fries restaurant in San Diego, California. Okay. Yeah. So and it was good. Okay. Yes. There are a lot of tourists from everywhere. Okay. Yeah. I remember. It was good. Okay. But was it as good as hamburger? I don't think so. But it was pretty good. Okay. It was still good. Okay. Yes. Worthwhile the wait. Okay. But perhaps not as good. Not maybe a little bit less than In-N-Out hamburger in California, okay? Because I'm a huge fan, okay? But that restaurant, I do not remember the name. Maybe I do not have photographic memory, okay? But it was next to Ocean Beach, San Diego, California, okay? Nice view, okay? Yeah, and it was good, okay? Yes, yes. Maybe a slightly less than, just a little bit less than In-N-Out hamburger, okay? But it was still good, okay? Yeah. It was good, okay? Yes, yes, yes. I remember. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, okay? But obviously it's well known, okay? And then there are a lot of tourists lining, waiting in the line. I did wait like between maybe 15 minutes, okay? On the street, sidewalk, okay? Yeah, but it was worthwhile the wait. Yeah, it was. It was good. Okay? Yes, yes. Hmm. Yes, it was. Okay. I remember. That was 8 years ago. Okay. Yeah, good times. Oh yeah. Hmm? Time check now. We got less than 15 minutes left. Okay. Now, would you like California story or Alaska story? Because I've been to California. I even lived there, Los Angeles, okay, for 3 years. Okay. I remember many good scenes in California. Okay. I live in California for 3 years. Okay. Between 2006 and 2009. Okay. In Alaska, yeah, I'm still in Alaska. Okay. I've been living here for 11 years. Between 2015 and 2026. Okay. I'm still here. Okay. So I remember a lot of good stories in Alaska too. Okay. Okay. It's your choice. Would you like to hear more about California stories or Alaskan stories? 5 minutes break, okay? Your choice, okay? Welcome to Himalaya Show, Himalaya School, okay? Yeah, have a nice one. Story time. Midnight Express. Beautiful. 5 minutes. Okay, so there's nobody here at this time in Instagram Live. Okay, so let me make the decision. Okay, Alaska versus California. We love California. I live there. Okay, visited California many times. Okay, it's great. Hamburger. Okay, amazing. But let's give some love to Alaska too. Diversity, diversity is sake. Okay, and I'll tell you Alaska story that happened a couple hours ago. Good story. Okay. Yeah. So I took a nap and then I woke up, okay, and I was hungry. It was like 10:30 p.m. A couple hours ago, okay. Uh, but yeah, I have food. Yeah, I love ramen noodles. Because I'm Asian, okay. I have some kimchi in the refrigerator too. Yeah, kimchi ramen noodles, great. Some mandu, Korean dumpling in the freezer, okay. I have that, but I have some craving for American food like hamburger, French fries, okay. Was kind of late, 10:30 p.m., like 4 or 5 hours ago, okay? After I woke up from my nap, Friday evening, okay? Okay, so, yeah, like stone cold sober, okay? Because I do not drink and drive. Okay, I just woke up from my nap. Okay. Yeah, so 10:30 p.m. Well, restaurants are open at that time. They're like 5 hours ago. Okay. Look, I do not drink and drive. Okay, so I just woke up from long nap earlier this evening. Okay, so yeah, so what restaurants are open? I want some food, American food. Okay, like hamburger, French fries. Okay, because I love American food. Okay, too. Okay? I love Asian food. I love all food. Okay. Not many restaurants are open. 10:30 p.m. Okay. Okay. I want some hamburger, French fries. Okay. So American food. Okay. It was kind of late. Friday evening. Okay. So I drove to Palmer, Alaska. Okay. The sister city of Wasilla. Okay. Where I'm at. Kinda. Okay. Yeah. So let's drive to Palmer, Alaska. Okay. In Matsu Valley. Okay. Maybe some restaurants open there. Okay. And I found one. Okay. So thank you. Great professionals. Killer artists. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. But they did not have hamburger, okay? They have midnight food like fries, French fries, and also chicken fingers, okay? Yeah, nice. Thank you, okay? But they're not quite hamburger, okay? So I went to a gas station in Wasilla, I think, okay? They have hamburger, refrigerator, okay? I bought it, okay? So that's what I'm gonna have today. Yeah, hamburger, pickles, French fries, chicken fingers, okay? Oh, thank you. Great professionals, okay? How nice. Yeah. Like some food cooked by other people, culinary artists, okay? As opposed to me, Hunkily. I love ramen noodle, okay? But yeah, I cook everything in microwave, okay? Ramen noodle and yeah, kimchi. I buy it from stores, okay, in Alaska. Yeah, it's Korean food, okay? That's great, okay? Mostly imported from California, okay? And but in Alaska, yeah, there are Korean population here, okay? They cook make their own kimchi, okay? I tested it, it's fantastic, okay? Okay. But more manufactured kimchi, most likely from California, okay? Oh, that's great too, okay? And I love ramen noodles. I microwave it, okay? So that's great. But I want to try something different, okay? Today, like Friday, how about American food? Hamburger, chicken fingers, and French fries with pickles. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna have after this show. Okay. Okay. Yeah, diversity, right? It's beautiful. Oh, yeah, it's great. Appreciation of other countries, other cultures, languages. Yeah, culinary arts. Absolutely. Okay. Hmm. What? We have 5 minutes left. Yeah. We'll take 1 minute break, okay? 1 minute, okay? Vocal rest. Thank you. Right. Yes, so how many minutes do we have? What? 2 minutes left. Time is running out. Okay, we meet the challenge, okay. Yes, so in Palmer, Alaska, okay, about 30 minutes from Wasilla, Alaska, where I'm at now, okay. So yeah, I ordered my food in bar and grill. They serve drinks, but I do not drink alcohol outside my house, okay, because I do not drink and drive, okay. So I order food. I just drink water. Okay, in bar and grill in Palmer, Alaska, okay? Sister city of Wasilla, okay? Match Valley, okay? And until my food arrived, okay, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay? So I talk to people, okay? Good people. Yeah, they're Alaskans, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I mostly listen to them, okay? Yeah. Unless they ask me questions. Because I'm eager to learn, I'm a good student still, okay? Yeah, I want to learn from their stories, okay? Mostly, I let them teach me their life experience as Alaskans, okay? I want to learn your Alaskan experience. Yeah, mostly I listened. I want to learn from them, okay? I'm a very humble person, okay? Yeah. Well, I talked when they asked me some questions, okay? Yeah. Okay? Yeah, it's look, it's been 2 hours, okay? But you've very nice experience, okay? Yeah, I see you tomorrow. Okay? Thank you. It's been 2 hours. Thank you.